Hey, Jim Dunaway from the next round. We're ready to relive the weekend in Southeastern Conference football with our friends at Cowin Equipment. We're fired up for another year. Before we look back, though, let me remind you, our friends at Cowin Equipment would love the opportunity to partner with your company for your heavy equipment needs. Visit Cowin.com to find out more about how Cowin can be your heavy equipment solution, from rental and new equipment sales to great service and parts. Check out Cowin Equipment's rental fleet hit list for a wide range of well-maintained equipment from their rental fleet for sale right now. Go to the website, Cowin.com, Cowin.com. Now let's talk a little football. Georgia wins the SEC championship, their first since 2017. They are unbeaten. They are number one going into the college football playoffs, and Kirby Smart, after the game, had this to say.
The physicality at our place comes out every day in practice, and the thing I'll never shy away from or tell people is that physical wins in our league. You see, our league's different. Our league's tough. Our league's hard. Week in and week out, it's extremely physical. There was more depth in our league this year than I ever remember. I mean, top to bottom. You look at what Vanderbilt's able to do, what South Carolina's able to do, what Mississippi State's able to do. Everybody is really physical. So you've got to set yourself apart, and you've got to have a culture, and you've got to build your culture around guys who think toughness matters. Because if toughness doesn't matter, you got no chance in this league. You win on the road with toughness, and I thought we won tonight with some toughness.
Yeah, 100% agree with what Kirby was saying there.
They are what Alabama used to be. This was what Alabama was a couple years ago. Georgia has become that you're watching that game. LSU's got life early. They drive down. They got to settle for 3. They get it blocked. Heads up play by Georgia. Pick it up. Run it back. Game over. I mean, you're watching that game, and you're like, that was LSU's chance at winning this game.
Yeah, I mean, if you would have told me going in, LSU scores 30, and I know some of that was garbage, but I would have said, hell, damn, they got a shot.
Yeah, you didn't know they were going to lose by 20.
No, but I will say Nussmeier, man, throws a pretty good deep ball.
He does. I mean, you got something there, I think. But it's Georgia has become the dominant team Alabama once was. And I mean, I remember watching games like that with Alabama in them and thinking, well, that was so and so's chance. You know, they had a chance to get points early. Alabama blocked it, returned it for a touchdown. Game over. And you knew that game was over when it was. It was right there. And look, I know LSU came back and scored.
Right.
But I never once thought LSU was in that game.
But they do things. They run the football. I mean, you can't look at a Georgia game where they don't outrush their opponent by, it seems like, 150, 200 yards every game. They turn you over 3 times for LSU on Saturday, and they get to the quarterback, 4 sacks. I mean, these are things that Alabama used to do that you just didn't see this year.
Alabama's chances to make the college football playoffs ended on the muff punt by Kansas State. That was the last chance for Alabama, was Kansas State running them out of the building, and it didn't happen after that muff punt.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it was 21-10. They had all the momentum in the world, and then they muffed the punt, and they would have had the ball around their own 40. I believe that they were going to end up winning this game 35-10 like. And I think 35-10 puts them out. But, you know, with the way they played down the stretch, coming back, taking that game to overtime, I mean, the committee got it right. TCU deserved to be in.
I agree.
I mean, I don't know.
But deserve is a crazy.
Deserve is a weird word.
Yeah, I don't know about deserve. Deserve's a crazy word.
I would argue the only 2 teams that truly 100% deserve to be in are Georgia and Michigan. Then you got to find 2 more. Ohio State doesn't deserve to be in. Alabama doesn't deserve to be in. I don't know that TCU deserves to be in, but you or I guess I should say absolutely deserves to be in.
Yeah, I don't know if deserves the right word either. You know, because
that's what's so complicated about this.
Here's the 2 things. Yeah, deserving and best teams. The 4 best teams aren't in this thing. Alabama beats TCU going away.
That is right. I agree 100%. This we agree on.
Yes.
Yeah. As somebody wrote, it may have been. It's David Ubben of The Athletic. I remember now. He says if you poll Kirby Smart and Jim Harbaugh 100 times, who do you want to play, TCU or Alabama? 99.5, they would choose TCU. He said I don't go 100 just in case they misheard the question. I leave a half out there just in case somebody misheard the question. They would take TCU over playing Alabama 99.5 out of 100 times.
Yeah.
David Ubben.
Well, obviously there's going to be some disappointment that we didn't get in the playoffs, but, we sort of, had a season that was a little bit up and down for us. We finished strong. Hopefully we can do a great job of embracing the challenge that we have playing in a classic to me when you're talking about the Sugar Bowl and how exciting it is to be a part of it. And that our players will embrace that and want to go do a great job of sort of having the opportunity to prove, who they are as a team.
I'll tell you what I want. I want him to do exactly that. I want him to play the guys who embrace it and want to play. You know what I mean?
So
if you are not in,
right,
go ahead and opt out. Totally understand. It's a business decision. But I want these 15 practices to be back to the beginning and no depth chart. I want to go and put 22 on the field that want to play in this game at 11 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I tell you again, I think Alabama, sounds so strange, they stand a better chance to win this game with Jalen Milroe. Look, you guys saw those Kansas State linebackers. Come on, man.
I disagree, though. We're talking about.
Please, Lance, that Kansas State team.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is you're talking about they've got a better chance to win with Milroe than the best quarterback in the history of Alabama football.
Because here's why. Let me explain this. Milroe forces Bill O'Brien into more of a run game. It takes those receivers, one of which, by the way, is in the portal today, Trayshawn Holden. Takes those receivers that have been the bane of Alabama fans' existence this year. Maybe the biggest reason Alabama's not in the playoff. Takes them out of the equation now. They're blockers, all right? You're forced into more of a run game where I think Alabama can control the game better against Kansas State rather than Bryce Young out there, one of two things. Maybe it's just 2%, but in the back of his head, worried about what if this is the hit? What if this is the hit? What if this is the hit? And Bryce Young out there having to play hero ball because they don't run as much with him out there, and his receivers don't help him any.
Yeah, I disagree, though, because they haven't seen anything close to Bryce Young. They watch Adrian Martinez. They go against him in practice, so they know how to defend that mobile quarterback, whether they can or not when it comes game time against Alabama. I don't know, but they haven't seen anything like Bryce Young.
We got a Cowin Equipment poll question or 3 out there for you. You can go check those out and vote. One of them is which was the biggest mistake? Some people think they got everything right. That's fine, but we said if you think there's a mistake, which was the biggest mistake in the college football playoff selection? One of them was having TCU ahead of Ohio State. One of them was having Ohio State ahead of Alabama, or one of them was having Alabama ahead of Tennessee. You can go vote at Next Round Live. It's brought to you by our friends at Cowin Equipment.
Yeah, Cowin Equipment, proud to partner with the Next Round on our venture here. Would love the opportunity to partner with your company for your heavy equipment needs. Visit us. Go to Cowin.com to find out more about how we can be your heavy equipment solution, from rental and new equipment sales to superior service and parts. Again, for more information, Cowin.com.